Hello, darlings. I want to get a little deep on this video. I want to talk about the fact that you and everyone else around us, unless they're a non-player character, which is a real thing, you are a soul, a infinite soul having a human existence. What does that mean, Nakona? What are you saying? What I'm saying is, us in this lifetime is a very small speck of our experience. And by that, I mean that we did not originate in this meat suit lifetime. We are a piece of God that has been split and divided. We're immortal. We are infinite. We are all powerful. We are fucking amazing. And yet we're told by the indoctrinations around us that we are these powerless, puny humans. No. We have to live our lives. We have to, make rent. We've got to do all of these things. Honestly, guys, if we could tap into our potential, meaning Christ consciousness. Remember, Jesus Christ, he was just a guy, Yeshua. He was a gentleman who was born into a family that was affluent enough that he was able to go to mystery schools and learn all of these fancy, not fancy, they're not fancy. It's just, he was able to learn the power of the mind, not just the mind, the spirit, the conscious control, the conscious ability to manipulate energy around us. There you go. Energy mastery. Jesus Christ, as y'all call him, was a man who had learned and mastered Christ consciousness, which is the mastery of energy. So, I want us to take a look at how would you feel about this life and death if you knew that your soul still goes on. Your soul is still out there. As a matter of fact, your soul, when you're not stuck in this meat suit, stuck in this head, stuck in the indoctrinations that we've been told by our society, our religions, by our, ancestry, when we're not stuck in the bullshit mindset of this life, is an infinite being that's out there everywhere. Like everywhere, literally. You can be hanging with your grandma, you can be hanging with your best friend, you can be hanging. We're not contained to just this vessel. We are so much more than what we've been told and lied to control us and make us feel small, to keep us under someone's power, to keep someone able to control us and keep us paying taxes and doing as they say and wearing fucking masks when they decide that they're going to throw a pandemic and shut down the country and cause fear to make everybody freak the fuck out. Now, the reason I really want to bring this up, and the reason that this has been something, and this has been percolating in my head for a while, wanting to make the video, but at the same time, hesitating a lot. Back in October, one of my daughter's best friends died. He just died suddenly. Anyone who's seen that documentary knows exactly what I'm saying there. I am quite certain it was because he got a healthy 20-year-old male does not just up and die. He was a healthy kid.
I experienced one of the hardest things that I've gone through in my entire life today. We went to the funeral of a 20-year-old guy, a kid that I have known since he was 5 months old, 6 months old, one of my daughter's best friends. And the hardest part for me was sitting there listening to his father talk about this congenitive heart defect that they never knew he had, that they never knew that they were on borrowed time with him anyway. And it took everything not to yell, your fucking jab did it. Your son didn't have a heart defect. Neither did any of the others.
My story goes to this. I'm sitting in the church at his funeral, and I'm looking around. It was absolutely standing room only. Greatest fucking kid. Parents are fucking awesome. Amazing family. So he was very well loved. The entire place was full of people that were all crying, and they were all missing him, and they were all devastated that this has happened. It is. It's sad. I mean, it's sad that his life got cut short by Fauci and his friends and their population plan. But the thing that I couldn't help thinking while I was sitting there was how different this situation would be. This funeral, this service would be completely different if people all understood that this young man was in spirit right here with us right now. How different would it be when your parent dies if you knew that mom is still right here? You just got to get out of your own way. They're there. Everyone is there. You can talk to your friends in the astral through your living or no longer in the meat suit. We have so many more powers and abilities than we've ever been told. And you don't die when you're done in this meat suit. You just are released from this meat suit. You're released from this incarnation. We have multiple incarnations. We have all, I can't say all, it's everybody's on their own path. Everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's got their own process and goals, lessons that they want to learn. But we all live multiple lifetimes. We're not just here in this meat suit. We are infinite beings of love and light, of energy. Think about that. How different would a funeral be if everyone there knew that wasn't the end of that soul, that person? That person's still out there. How different would our entire society be if we hadn't been indoctrinated to think that was the history, that was the case, that is the situation of life? How different would our life be if we all knew that we were infinite beings? Sure, it's sad that we don't have them there with us. But you know what? They're even more accessible to you out of the meat suit than they were in the meat suit. if you get out of your own way and learn to listen and hear and communicate with your spirits and your spirit teams around you. How different would our lives be if we all knew that? If we all knew that, know it. Don't get me wrong. I cried at that funeral. I did. But my crying was because as an empath, I was absorbing and transmuting as much of that energy as I possibly could for all of those around me. That's my job. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to transmute energy. And I took that negative energy, as much of it as I could absorb, and I transmuted it into love instead of despair. I cried for my daughter, who lost one of her best friends. Like literally a friend that she had been in a high chair with at daycare at the age of 1. She'd known him her entire life. So she was devastated. How different would life be if we actually knew? Anyway, I wanted to throw that out there. With so many deaths, so many things happening, if you can bring yourself to go within and percolate on this and accept it and learn how to transmute that pain and how to get out of your own way so that you can communicate. Totally different world. Totally different world. Now, I can't say that I communicate with the dead or the non-flesh spirits clearly. I do get messages, I do get downloads, I do get, random things, but it's not like I can sit there and have conversations. There are plenty of people who can. They can just sit there and have a conversation with them, which is fucking awesome, right? We are all able to do that. We all have that ability. We just have to get out of our own way. I'm only 3.5 years into this journey, so I'm not out of my own way yet. I just have the knowledge that it's possible. Anyway, I love you guys. Share love and light. Go ahead and go hug those that you love that are still in the flesh, because as we all know, you never know when that ability goes away, when those people are not going to be in the flesh any longer. When they say life's short, they mean life here in this meat suit. Life itself is eternal. But the experience in the meat suit, even if you live to 100, that's still a very short time in the overall scheme of eternity. So, all right. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day.